Plenty of time for John. Now squeezes, steps up in the pocket. LA can run. Inside the 10. Head first. He flies off the 5-yard line.
Manning out of the gun. Manning lets it fly. It's caught by Thomas. There's the record for Peyton Manning.
Rushing forward, ball comes out of the hands of Newton. It's on the ground and still on the ground. Picked up by T.J. Ward at the 4-yard line.
Here we go. First snap of the overtime. The Broncos have been in 3 overtime games this year. They won them all. Got him at the 40. It's Thomas at the 50. Stiff arm got him free to the 30. To the 20. Thomas to the 10. Denver's going on to New England. They win it on the first.
Nothing Wrong with Orange and Blue podcast.
What up, Broncos country? How you doing, NRW crew? Welcome, MHRT fam. Thank you all for joining us for another awesome episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. I'm your host, Johnny Baki, and with me, as always, my best friend in the world, godfather to my children, and my co-host, Isaiah Pookie Knight Henderson.
What's up, party people? What's up, party people? Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue, brought to you by Mile High Roundtable. If you have not, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and share the link. Come on, people, let's do it.
Come on, y'all. It takes 5 seconds. Help us out, and we'll help you out. I promise you. Your friends, yeah, your friends, your family, they want to be part of the NRW crew. They want to be MHRT fam. They just don't know it yet. It's up to you to make sure that they figure it out. All right?
Absolutely.
All right, hit that notification bell. That way, every time that we go live, you know it. We are a fan-based fan-led Broncos-based podcast that goes live every Thursday, 7654 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. We're on the MHRT Network, all right? Don't miss our other shows. MHRT Podcast on Tuesdays. Same time, same place. With Mundungus Creedy, Glenn Hauser, Mr. Boggins, and Richie Richey, and sometimes Bree Bree. You don't want to miss that. Wednesday. Yeah, Bree Bree. We love Bree. We love Bree. Goth queen of Broncos country and the eater of souls. We love her. On Wednesdays, we got Broncos Breakdown with Bronco Bill that comes out same time, same place. Tomorrow night, the premiere episode of that guy's new show, Rough Draft.
Ding!
Isaiah, real quick, tell the people what you're going to talk about on Rough Draft.
All right, so the new episode of Rough Draft drops tomorrow. It will be starting tomorrow up until the draft. It's a breakdown of potential prospects of players that, based on the draft order, based on the needs, based on the holes we have in the offense and defense. So we go through some potential draft prospects. I go in depth into them, and then there's a segment called the Rough Draft Reminder, where I compare the draft prospect, to a current player or a retired player that they remind me of. So if you come in tomorrow night, you check in when we post it, you'll see the first pick that I decide that we need and that I would not mind taking at number 9. So check that out. It's beautiful. And then Every once in a while, maybe next week, I might cover a couple of free agents in there as well. For example, I might cover J.C. Jackson from the Patriots or Chandler Jones. Throw a couple in there, throw you for a loop, so it's not just draft prospects, but mainly it's the draft, going in depth, go over their highlights, their scouting reports, and talking about who they are and how we can use them and what George Payton is looking at.
Right, absolutely, and it's going to be great. It's going to be great. It's I'm really excited for it, and y'all do not miss it, y'all. Tomorrow night, same time, same place, 7654, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Rough Draft, hosted by the man, the myth, the legend, the man next to me, Isaiah Henderson. All right, we're gonna have a few other new shows possibly in the works coming up, so keep your eyes and your ears open, guys, because more content, and a lot more fun. All right, hey, so we're gonna do things a little bit different today because you know what, I like mixing it up. All right. Few months, we introduced our new segment, Mile High Matrix, about a month back or so, right? We usually end the show with it, but you know what? Just to keep it fresh, to keep it fun, because I mean, we could jump right into the news and just talk about it, but let's have a little bit of fun tonight. Let's start tonight on a fun note with the Mile High Matrix. But before we do that, I would like to bring in a man who is a true friend to not only the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast, but to the MHRT Network, a true OG fan of this show, of the network. We love this guy. He's been on our show before, but we haven't had him in a while. He's always in the comments, pumping us up. A lot of fun. We love him. Y'all know you love him. He's known all over Broncos country as Mohamed Badri, but here on the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast and on our MHRT Network, we know him as Mobad. What's up, Mobad? How you doing?
What's going on, Johnny?
Mobad in the house.
Thanks for the introduction, man. Appreciate that.
Dude, no, it's real, brother. We love you, man. We love having you on the show, and and I know that the rest of Broncos country, everybody knows you. Everybody knows who Mohamed Badri is. So everybody does. So we love you, brother, and we're glad to have you on. First of all,
same here.
Happy birthday.
Oh,
yeah, hey, everybody wish Mobad in the comments a happy birthday.
That's right.
So
today.
hit the like button. Like button means happy birthday, and then type in the comment section.
I gotta know, Mobad. What anniversary of your 27th birthday is this? I'm joking.
Deer in the headlight.
Yeah, that's fine. He made me do math. I came on the show to talk Broncos, and he made me do math in my head.
So you feeling old? You feeling young? What are you feeling today for your birthday?
Old.
Well, I mean, look on the bright side. You can't be as old as Glenn or Bronco Bill. So
true.
Yeah,
Glenn's pretty
by the
old.
way, we've already seen Bronco Bill in the chat, which is good to see. Let's jump in the chat real quick. Say hello to some of our family.
So we got Avatar that
Avatar in the house. What's up, Broncos country?
What's up, Avatar?
Bronco Bill. He said hello, Avatar. Always nice to see you in the chat room.
Right.
Now I Tara Shelley.
Yeah, now
What's up, Tara?
Tara is a new name to us.
She's my friend.
She's your friend. Well, Tara, welcome to the Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue podcast. Welcome to the NRW crew. We always toast our new members. So,
see, Mobad's got support and friends everywhere because everybody loves Mobad. So, Tara, welcome. Thank you for coming in. We hope
to see you in the future. Hopefully, Mobad isn't the only thing that can get you into this show. All right, we hope to see you again in the future.
Dave Full Glassman comes in. He says, "Happy birthday, Mohamed."
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
Right, we got Mundungus the boss man in the house saying what's going down,
and then we have his offspring. He says,
his spawn.
He says, "Hello, Broncos country."
What's up, WizKid?
Earl says, "What's up, everyone?"
What's up,
Chris? It's good to see you, my friend.
See.
Let's see. We got Matt R. No, I don't. This I'm gonna have to check on, but I don't think so. Matt R says we traded for Rodgers. No, it's not the news. Matt, nice try.
But
welcome to
Matt.
the show because I don't believe I recognize Matt R either. So here's to you, Matt. New name in the chat.
Welcome. We know Ronnie Sant.
We do know Ron Samples. It's good to see you, Bronco Gang for life, brother.
Hey, if you guys haven't followed Ronald Samples on Twitter, go ahead, follow him. He's always active, always there, always participating in the conversation. So, by all means, go ahead and follow Ronald Samples on Twitter. You can type in the name, and he will be there. So yeah, we got
hold on. We got this real quick here. Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
Mo from Boggins.
Mr. Boggins, thank you.
KB82.
Denver Gator in the house.
You know Kenny Booker says happy birthday. There
Thanks,
he is.
KB82.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
My cousin Jay
What's up,
Weaver,
Jay?
Dreamweaver in the house.
Dreamweaver.
Denver Gator says, snap, happy birthday, Mobad.
There it is. So
Denver Gator, thank you.
all right. Well, so Mobad, real quick, just because it is the one thing that is being talked about so much in Broncos country, naturally, before we go, if you got a little bit extra time, before we go into the Mile High Matrix, I want to ask you about the quarterback situation from your point of view. So, for you, if you had to pick between, say, the plan A being Aaron Rodgers, plan B being Russell Wilson for the Broncos, which one would you rather have? We lost Isaiah.
Isaiah is MIA again.
I know. Here he goes. All right. Well, it's just me and you for a minute.
So I would say Russell Wilson because he's younger. We really have more time. Rodgers is very talented, but he could retire at any time we sign him, and then a year or two he could say I'm retiring. Then we're back to square one. So, I would definitely say Russell Wilson. I don't know if Seattle's gonna let him go though. That's the question.
You never know. I mean, there's some every time we feel like we know something's about to happen, something different has happened lately. I mean, look at how many people, not only in Broncos country but all around the league, were sure that Dan Quinn was going to be our coach this year, and then all of a sudden, boom, nope.
I didn't want him, so I'm happy about that.
Well, I know you didn't. I remember that. I remember seeing you all over Twitter, Twitter being like, "No, Dan Quinn, do not do it," and I'm like,
exactly.
Whoa. I'm like, wow, Mobad is really passionate about
I just wanted a different route, offense. Sure. Dan is pretty good. If we had picked him, it would have been okay, but just preference.
And that's fine. I mean, that's the beauty of it. That's the one thing we always want to keep. Were you cold? Did you put on more layers because you're cold?
No, I had to go handle business. Mobad, you like the new hiring stuff? I'm curious because
was it a punch of karma cleanse there, Isaiah?
It was what?
Are you in your punch of karma cleanse there, Isaiah?
Is that how you pronounce that word?
Yes.
I didn't even try. I just saw something cleanse. I was like, it probably made him poop. That's all I put together.
Oh no, dude! It made it shoot out of both ends, bro.
That's whatever the cleanse was.
Oh my God, man!
Don't. Whatever you do. Don't go look it up and click on Google Images. You don't want to see it.
So, Mobad, with the new coaching staff, in my opinion, it's going to be interesting because he's hired one thing I like about Nathaniel Hackett is that he's given a lot of people some really first-time big chances. And he's created a family environment, a high-energy environment. And one thing that they've harped on is they're big on energy, teaching, innovation, and technology.
Mundungus, it's my birthday. Be nice, man. Come on.
Bad Mundungus. Bad.
As I always say, disturbing the peace as usual. Can't help it.
So how do you think this first year is going to go with these new coaches that are getting these new big time positions with the, they hired coaches to coach the coaches. They're big on innovation and technology. This could be the new wave, but I mean, how do you think it's going to go? How do you think it's going to turn out? What are your thoughts so far on the new coaching staff and what they've said so far?
I'm actually very excited, to be honest with you. You could see that Hackett brings this contagious energy, to the locker room and stuff. And yes, there's some new coaches that probably never been in that position before, but I honestly trust him, and I trust George Payton. I think it's going to be way better. At least our offense is going to be more creative and stuff. All that things from last couple of seasons. It's
all right,
boring.
Well, I love the points. I really do. It's great to get your point of view. From the source. Obviously, I see you on Twitter every day, every single day. I see you on Twitter, and I've heard all of this from you, in tweets. But it's great to hear it from you, face to face, in person. We love you, brother, and it's so glad to have you.
Love you too, bro.
And we really appreciate you coming on. So, hey, I think it's time for us to plug into the Matrix. What do you guys think?
Let's plug in.
Let's do
plug
it.
in, boys. Welcome to the Mile High Matrix, where we ask you if you take the orange pill or the blue pill. All right, guys. So, hey, love the Mile High Matrix. This is my favorite part of the show now. I absolutely love doing this. So, Mobad, we talked about this earlier. I would love for you to start with your Matrix choices, to see what. Why don't you just start us off? It'll be fun.
What you got for us, Mobad?
Okay, let's say we take the orange pill. We draft a quarterback. We got some young quarterbacks, depending if we like any of them. We draft one, and we surround him with some good players. And then the blue pill would be to go for a veteran, maybe an Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson, somebody like that. These would be the choices that I go with.
Thank you, Agent Badri. All right, so
I like that, Agent Badri.
Agent Badri. Well, that's the new thing. Whenever we're in the Mile High Matrix, Agent Henderson.
Mr. Henderson.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson. That's it. It's Agent everybody else, but you're Mr. Henderson.
When I was younger, I thought it was Henderson until I rewatched it. It was Anderson.
I'm gonna say it every time now. I'm gonna say it whenever we're in the Mile High Matrix. I'm gonna say it every time now. I'm gonna be like, Mr. Henderson.
I think I have the earpiece too. Yes, I do. So next time I'll do that.
Mr. Henderson, welcome back.
I'll answer first, Mobad. I think everybody's saying blue pill for the veteran. But actually, there's one person that would take the orange pill. And I knew Christopher Earl was going to say it because he mentioned it earlier. He says orange pill lock, blue pill draft QB. Earlier he said, get a young QB. Don't want these carousel of quarterbacks.
This is Chris giving his orange pill, blue pill. His orange pill is stick with lock. Blue pill is draft a QB for him. So
he was asking you that question
in a minute. Yeah,
he was asking that question. But this is what he said earlier. Sorry, but Denver can't keep getting a QB every year. Needs to get a young QB, stay with lock, or draft a quarterback, which is the orange pill for Christopher. Based on your question, me personally,
Boggins, you rock, brother. Boggins,
you rock. Good birthday question.
You're Morpheus. In the Mile High Matrix, Morpheus.
I like that.
Henderson.
I love it.
I'd go blue pill.
Yeah.
I think the team is primed. We're hungry. We have some holes to fill. We have a lack of. We have actually, now that I think about it, besides Brandon McManus, we have no playoff experience. I think that veteran presence, that veteran control, that veteran, for lack of a better term, dictatorship on the offensive side can definitely elevate our players to another level. Colin Cowherd said this when discussing Aaron Rodgers possibly going to Denver. A veteran quarterback makes the offensive line better. With Tristan Wirfs on Tampa Bay, he became one of the best tackles in the NFL, a Pro Bowl his rookie and second season, because Tom Brady was a quarterback. He's able to read the offense, adjust the offensive line, move them where they need to be, audible out. I think we need that. So I'm going to have to go with veteran quarterback.
KB82 jumping in here saying, take both pills because I like to party.
Hey, is KB82, is he still active or is he out?
He's out. As far as I know. KB82, you out of the military, as far as I know, right? Chris Ashley says, I would take both just to see what happens. Love it. And it looks like the blue pill kind of swept the comment stream.
Yep.
Right? I mean, Mundungus said blue. EJ in the chat, I thought I saw his there somewhere. Maybe not. But I do see EJ in the chat saying, what's up, Broncos country? What's up, EJ? We love you. Dreamweaver says blue. Avatar says blue. Mundungus says blue.
I guess blue wins, right?
Blue.
Mr. Boggins says Rodgers. Next question. Landon Clark, the Whiz Kid, says blue. Ronald Samples says blue. I mean, it definitely swept. Nobody picked orange. Nobody would rather see us go to the draft right now if we can help it. And I agree. I take the blue pill as well.
But I understand your thought process, though. I understand.
Well, now Ronald Samples says draft Malik Willis, so there's Ronald Samples taking the orange pill.
Yeah, because I understand the thought process. I mean, Aaron Rodgers gives you 2 to at max 4 years.
I like this from KB82. If you can make it happen, take both pills, trade for Rodgers, and then draft Caleb Ellerbe in the later rounds. You can get Caleb Ellerbe. From what I've been hearing, is that there are some members of the Broncos staff that are very intrigued by Caleb Ellerbe. Maybe not necessarily to be like a starter right, definitely not a starter right away. He's
like a project type of deal.
Project, and he may, but you could get him in the late 3rd round. Oh, he's still in.
Are you still in the 82nd? Because I know the 82nd just got deployed. That's why I'm asking.
Anyway, we don't talk about that. OPSEC, dude. Come on. Jeez, man.
It was a public announcement. I'm not asking if he got deployed. I'm asking if he's still in the 82nd.
I know. So anyway, I mean, there's a couple that say orange pill, go for the draft. I would like to see exactly what KB82 said there. Draft trade for Rodgers, draft Caleb Ellerbe, take a couple years so that Ellerbe and Locke will still be under contract for 1 year. Let them learn behind Rodgers and see what happens. Because I mean, Caleb Ellerbe, I have watched a little bit of film ever since. Thank you, by the way, Boggins, for the draft resources. And I watched a little bit of Ellerbe yesterday, and I like him. He's rough around the edges. He's going to definitely need some polishing, but he's got he's very intriguing. He's intriguing. That's a good word for it. He's very intriguing. So there's that. All right, so it seems like all of us, Mobab, you didn't give us what your choice was actually for your own. Orange pill or blue pill?
I would say blue,
Yeah. That's one, by the way.
Yeah.
So
you celebrate your birthday.
Absolutely.
I see. It's just, to me, it's kind of intriguing that we go and draft a young quarterback with the $50 million in cap space and all the draft picks and stuff. That's just, it's. I mean, I guess it'll depend if they like a quarterback in the draft, because we really don't know if they do or not. So
yeah. Travis Starbuck says, by the way, Denver Broncos for life. I'd be happy with Malik Willis, no doubt.
Yeah, I mean, George Payton he's the master. I'm going to call him the master of disguise, because he's able to disguise what his next moves will be. Just like last year's draft, we had no idea where we're going. Trade up, trade back, quarterback, edge, linebacker. We had tackle. We had no idea. We got Pat Surtain, fantastic pick, love him. So this year,
this is a jab at Mobad here. You think anything other than the blue pill on your birthday, you're doing it wrong. Hey, Mundungus, I bet you anything he don't need that blue pill.
I'm gonna get you, Mundungus. That explains all the kids, right?
Yeah. So we can go anywhere we want. Ooh. And that's why you have to check out Rough Draft, guys, that premieres tomorrow.
Absolutely,
because it's going to be the first prospect that I choose and go over in depth about who we could potentially get. But my orange. Go ahead, Johnny. What do you choose?
Quick, I want to pull this up. Chris Ashley has been calling me Dr. Baki. It's been years since anybody's called me Doc.
I call you Doc every once in a while.
I guess every once in a while. So for those that don't know, I was Isaiah's combat medic in the infantry. Isaiah was an infantryman, and I was his combat medic. And in the Army, well, especially in the infantry, the medic is always known as Doc.
Doc.
So I just wanted to say, Chris, thank you, brother, because that brings back some good memories. It feels good getting called Doc, even if you said doctor, but it's all right. I'll let that slide. I wanted to pull this one up really, really quick. Boggins threw out his own quick orange pill, blue pill. I just want to read it. Blue pill,
my God.
Once orange pill, Jimmy G. This is like
that's really good.
This is like having to take 2 terrible pills and figure out which.
Thank you, John. I agree.
I'm going blue pill.
This one's gonna give you severe reflux. This one's gonna make you have diarrhea. Let's figure it out.
I'd go Carson Wentz.
Over Jimmy G.
Yeah.
Do you take blue pill?
You know what the crazy part is if I'm correct, if I'm correct, both have Super Bowl rings.
Yes, they do, and not ones that they, as the quarterback, were the reason that they earned them. either.
That's
Jimmy G does. Yeah, with the Patriots. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah,
But,
they
but
both have
neither
Super
one of
Bowl
them,
rings.
neither one of them were the reason that their teams won those rings. Okay, let's just be honest.
Carson Wentz was on an MVP season before he got hurt. Nick Foles stepped up.
His success came from his coaching. Came from the coaching and the scheme that they put him in.
So I'd go Carson Wentz on that one. And,
All right.
I think Carson Wentz is definitely a plan C for the Broncos if Rodgers and Wilson fall through. But Johnny, before I do my orange pill, blue pill, what is your what did you choose for Mobat's orange pill, blue pill?
Oh, I said blue. Absolutely.
Okay. So my orange pill, blue pill is orange pill. And I'm going to be very specific.
You better hold your hands up right. You got to do this right.
Orange pill.
Uh-huh.
At number 9, you draft Kayvon Thibodeau.
Ooh.
And sign from free agency J.C. Jackson from the Patriots.
Oh, I love it.
Blue pill, at number 9, you draft Sauce Gardner and sign Chandler Jones. So you can either draft an edge and sign a free agent cornerback, or you draft a cornerback and sign a free agent edge.
Okay. Oh, that's a rough dude. That was a well thought out one. You know what? That was well done. I'm very proud of you. I actually have like a tear. You can't see it, but I'm so proud of you that I just teared up because that was actually a really
Very good, yeah.
Orange
So
pill,
I'll reiterate one more time for the chat. So orange pill.
Okay.
Draft Kayvon Thibodeau and sign J.C. Jackson from free agency.
From the Patriots.
Yes, from the Patriots. Blue pill, you draft Sauce Gardner and sign Chandler Jones
From the Cardinals.
Edge. Yes.
Okay, I'll start this one if that's all right with you, Mobad.
Go ahead.
I like J.C. Jackson, a cornerback. I like him, but I think our biggest glaring area of need right now is the edge, and I like Chandler Jones off the edge, and I really like Juice.
Sauce.
Yeah, Sauce.
Juice. Sorry. Sauce Gardner. I like him. I like what I've seen on the tape that I have been able to watch. I'm going to definitely deep dive on him more. So, honestly, I would rather have a strong veteran presence in the edge rush than and go get, and who I think has a lot more experience as far as a veteran goes than J.C. Jack, wow. My brain just
Kayvon Thibodeau.
No, that too, but what's his name? For the Patriots.
J.C. Jackson.
J.C. Jackson, thank you. I was saying it right. Anyway, J.C. Jackson hasn't been in the league as long. I mean, granted, Chandler Jones is getting a little longer in the tooth, but he is still very productive for the Arizona Cardinals off the edge, and I would love to see a veteran presence in that room. And so I think I would go I'd go blue pill. We're gonna take
Chandler Jones in free agency and
Chandler
Sauce
Jones
Gardner
in
at
free
number
agency.
9.
So that's mine. Blue pill. Go
All
ahead.
right, Mobad, what you got?
I thought that was blue. Blue is Sauce, right?
Blue is drafting Sauce
and
signing
Jones.
Chandler.
Orange is
drafting
J.C.
Kayvon,
Jackson
signing J.C.
and
Jackson.
Kayvon.
Okay, I'm going blue. Just the idea of having Surtain and another premier corner back there.
Okay.
Man. You know.
Okay, so are you going? So are you said you're going with
Blue
the
pill.
blue
He's
pill,
gonna sign Chandler
you
Jones
want
and draft
Chandler
Sauce
Jones
Gardner.
and draft Sauce Gardner. Okay.
Well, before I give mine,
like it.
let's see what they say in the comments. So
Yes,
far,
please do.
So far we got Dreamweaver says blue pill, so he's gonna go
Blue,
with
no, he
drafting
says blue,
Sauce
blue, blue.
Gardner.
Get it right.
Mundunga says what was orange? Orange pill was signing J.C. Jackson and drafting Kayvon Thibodeau. For those who don't know who J.C. Jackson is, he was the Patriots' best defender besides Matt Judon at cornerback. He had 8 interceptions, 23 pass deflections. He's 26, 27,
29.
23 pass deflections. He's 26 years old, and he played every game healthy. Patriots having
This would
contracts.
only be his second contract, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So let's see. Mundungus is blue pill. So he says sign Chandler Jones and draft Sauce Gardner. Dream says I want that sauce. So when you go to the drive-thru, you always ask for extra sauce. Mr. Boggin says if Kayvon Thibodeau gets to 9, that would be something. Yes, Kayvon Thibodeau is supposed to be better than David Njoku
But
in
of course,
the draft.
here in the Mile High Matrix, everything is theoretical, of course.
Yes, so Kayvon Thibodeau is supposed to go before David Njoku. David Njoku is supposed to fall to 9. David Njoku is a really good edge, but he's the number 2 edge. Kayvon Thibodeau is the number 1. But Mr. Boggins is right. If he falls to 9, that would be interesting.
Boggins actually said only in the Matrix does KT get to 9. So I'll take that one.
Take that one.
Christopher L says blue pick, so he's drafting Sauce Gardner and signing
Sauce
Chandler
Gardner
Jones.
with PS2. Dude, that would be an animalistic.
Yeah.
Avatar says blue, so blue pill's
All right.
eating it up today.
KBA2 says orange pill is Dayquil and blue pill is NyQuil.
Ronald Sample says give me the sauce.
All right.
No fly zone again.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I like it. So
Yes,
Isaiah.
so Denver Gators says, can you draft another edge other than Thibodeau? Pretty sure he's not going. So let's just say, for everybody saying he's not going to be there at 9, let's say, for this all intents and purposes, David Njoku and J.C. Jackson. Ronald Samples is blue. So my choice would be,
yes, please.
What everybody else is doing is blue pill. I did some research. Sauce Gardner didn't give up a single touchdown in his entire college career. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. He erases that side of the field.
He moves like he's like
secondary would be a nightmare, man.
He moves
yes.
like he's,
so the secondary would be, so you have Caden Stearns, Sauce Gardner, PS2, and you'd move Ronald Darby to the slot cornerback.
It'd be whoop.
So you have PS2 who came in NFL ready, and you have Sauce Gardner who's considered NFL ready.
Mm-hmm.
That secondary, like Mobad said, would be an absolute nightmare. 6'3", 200 pounds. That's
Could you imagine
size for a cornerback.
being a quarterback trying to throw against that secondary?
Yeah, they'll get sacked because there's no time.
That would make Tom Brady sweat.
Exactly.
Like that would make Tom Brady sweat. I'm just saying.
Oh, snap.
Like, that'd be wild, man. All right, so hey, we gotta get Mobad out of here because it's his birthday and he got things to do, right? So we're gonna move into the very last choice. We're gonna go into my choices for Mile High Matrix. All right, so in honor of today's episode is called Tag. You're it. And it's in honor of the fact that the franchise tag window has now opened for the NFL. So each team can franchise tag one player, which, if to those that don't know how the franchise tag works, it's used on an unrestricted free agent that you want to keep on your team. You throw that tag on there, they cannot negotiate with any other team. They are stuck with your team. And then you either pay them an exorbitant amount of money for a 1-year deal, or you try to work out a contract extension for them. All right, last year it was used on Justin Simmons, and then the Broncos were able to work out while after we franchise tagged him and he was no longer able to talk to anybody else. The Broncos were able to sit down. George Payton was able to sit down and work out a long-term agreement with him, which was great. So we have a lot of free agents, coming up, especially unrestricted free agents coming up in this season. So I'm going to take 2 from the defense. I'm going to take 2 from the defense and say which one, if George Payton decides he doesn't have to, by the way, decides to use that franchise tag, which one is he going to would he tag, or which one would you tag? All right, so we got he's a general on the field. Fantastic, he's fantastic at reading an offense and calling it out. We got Josie Jewell, an inside linebacker, undrafted or unrestricted free agent rather. All right. Then we have Bryce Callahan, very, very capable, very good cornerback. Definitely strengthening our secondary. So of those 2, orange pill, you franchise tag Josie Jewell. Blue pill, you franchise tag Bryce Callahan. Which one do you franchise tag? Which pill do you take?
Mobad, you go first.
I guess I'll pick orange. Josie Jewell. Bryce Callahan keeps getting hurt and just, he's good when he's actually healthy, but I don't know, it'd be risky, and I guess it'll all depend on what we do on the draft too. If we do get Sauce, wow, then we should be good. But I'm going with Josie Jewell.
All right.
He took everything I was gonna say.
You don't stink.
I'm glad I went before you.
Looking over here. No. This is not how the Mile High Matrix works. All y'all in the chat. Every someone says, "I take no pill, none." Tag no one, unnecessary.
There's no sobriety here. There's no sobriety here. We're pill popping.
No, you got in the Mile High Matrix. You guys are pill addicts, and you will pick one or the other.
Yeah, we're pill popping here.
And you can't. You got to choose one. If
There's
you
no
had
sobriety
to pick between the two. Which one?
There's no sobriety. We pill pop.
That's right. We're popping them orange and blue pills.
So I agree with Mobad. Bryce Callahan is injury prone. When he's on the field, he's really, really good. He's really, really good. But you have to ask yourself, we've had him for 2 years. He's been injured for 2 years.
Yeah, exactly. Barely played.
This year, barely played. But he's really good when he's on the field. And I was big on Kenny Young, but after watching film and going in depth and hearing some analysis on him, I'd say let Kenny Young walk. Jonas Griffin did a very good job.
Yes, he did.
When he stepped up, but he didn't do as good as Josie Jewell when he was there. I think Josie Jewell comes back 100%. Josie Jewell comes back healthy. He was one of the top 5 linebackers in the NFL before he got injured. Yeah. Top 5.
Improved a lot last season. Absolutely.
He got injured early, so he's coming back 100%. He's gonna learn on the defense. The good thing is that the draft pick that
I'm sorry,
George Payton used,
for making me laugh.
That George Payton used on Brandon Browning. No one's even argued entire offseason if Brandon Browning is gonna start. He's the one solidified. He stepped in as a rookie.
Starting.
He stepped in as a rookie, and everybody's like, "That's his spot. Who's the other one?" So
and
I wouldn't mind to see
field general. He played field general as a rookie, and he killed it.
So imagine you put Josie Jewell back there, 2 field generals on the defense. That would shore up the inside linebacker position. Van Browning's much better at pass coverage than Josie Jewell, but Josie Jewell did improve greatly in pass coverage.
Yes,
greatly, and he's a good run stopper.
But then it says Doug Flutie. Shut up, Mike. All right, so hey, before we get out of here and I give out of the Mile High Matrix and I give my choice real quick. It looks like nobody in the chat really wants to talk about these 2 guys as the franchise tag options. I was just trying to kind of keep it simple with that one. So I think if I had to choose, it looks like from what I'm seeing in the chat, the majority that have actually answered said if they had to pick, they'd take the orange pill and franchise tag Josie Jewell. There are a few that said
he may just get extended. They may just get him a contract extended.
I mean, he is a great field general. Period. He reads an offense like a book, man. Like a.
And when him and Alexander Johnson went down, our run defense suffered.
Absolutely,
it did.
It showed. Absolutely,
Richie
really did show.
Evening, all. What's up, Rich? It's good to see you.
What's up, Richie?
Our MHRT Canadian brother. All right, so hey, I'm gonna go with the orange pill as well. If I had to choose between the 2, I go Josie Jewell, and I already said it simply for the fact that he is a very, very, very good field general. He reads an offense like a children's book with pictures. Like he knows what the play is based on the pictures. He doesn't even have to read the words. You know what I mean?
And imagine what Baron Browning could learn from his rookie year from Josie Jewell.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean that'd be a fantastic linebacker duo, Johnny. Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So I agree with you 100%.
Sounds like the best thing to do.
What Boggin says. Yes. I would extend Jewell. Tag is too expensive for both of them.
Yeah, looking at all the positions for a tag, there's no one. And I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing that there's no one to tag. But we have so much cap space. It doesn't.
I don't like tags. I hate the tag. The tag works when there's a player that's getting ready to walk that you just can't live without, and I get that.
And that was Justin Simmons last year. But
at the same time, I don't feel like right now we're losing anybody that we just absolutely cannot lose.
But Dave Full-Glassman makes a good point. If Chubb has a good year, a Pro Bowl year, we tag him next year. I agree. Mm-hmm. But Mr. Boggs brought up a good point that's not relevant to the conversation. But I'm gonna let him know later that he was right about something, and I agree with him.
All right.
And it's regarding his mock draft. He'll know.
That's right. I liked Boggins' mock draft, by the way. If y'all haven't, if y'all don't follow Boggins on Twitter, he is, his mock draft that he put up on Twitter recently, Mr. Boggins. You can't miss him on Twitter. Just search Mr. Boggins, you'll find him. And his mock
since
draft
he brought it up, I was gonna say this. He said sorry to add, but Massey could be the tag. He played good. That was gonna be my next thing I was thinking about, and I was talking about with Mr. Boggins. He mentioned to me that maybe go to the draft for a tackle. I said, or the free agency, and I said I don't want to do a tackle carousel because he said Massey wasn't as athletic. Yeah. And I was watching film. Massey did have a couple against the Raiders. Max Crosby beat him quite a few times because he's just that much faster, and Massey couldn't.
Max Crosby is kind of a freaking.
Yeah, but he couldn't get there fast enough. He couldn't move quick enough.
It doesn't really matter who's going up against him. Max Crosby is a hard guy to defend against him.
I don't know about tagging Massey because we'd have to pay him market value. I'm not sure if he's worth. I don't think he's. But I have no problem extending him.
All right, so hey, this has been. So it seems like I think from what I saw, the majority take the orange pill, Josie Jewell over Bryce Callahan. Mm-hmm. Hey, either one, if you had to tag him, would be fine. But let's not. Let's just not use the tag. We don't need to. We can make it work without it. So, thank you guys for this Mile High Matrix. Let's prepare to unplug, and we'll see you on the other side. All right. Hey, thank you guys again for joining us for that edition of Mile High Matrix. It went a little longer than normal, and it was fine. I'm sorry, Mobad. We kept you in here a lot longer.
No, it's cool. I had fun, man.
But hey, again, happy birthday to you, brother. Thank you for joining us today on your birthday. I hope you have a great rest of your birthday with your family.
Appreciate
it. And give that little one 9 months now, right?
Yep.
Dude,
Malik is 9 months.
I feel like that was just yesterday.
I know. Time flies, man.
My youngest. Or my second and my youngest, they're only 11 months apart, both born in the last, couple years. Mm-hmm. My second just turned 2 the other day. My youngest just turned 1 last month. Mm-hmm. And it blows my mind how fast that goes, man. So
yeah.
Give little Malik a Mile High 5 from us. All right. Mm-hmm. And yep. That's from us to Malik. And Christopher Ashley says, "Wow, what a dream. That was weird."
Mr. Bond is like, where'd their glasses
go? That was pretty cool.
I love magic.
We'll get you. We will free you from the Matrix, Mr. Boggins, and then you'll understand it. So Tara says, "Bye, Badri. Happy birthday."
Thank you.
We love you,
Tara.
brother.
Thank you.
We love you, brother. You want to do a quick Mile High 5 with us, a real one, and then we'll get you out of here, and we'll continue the show. All right, if you all will please join me in a big birthday Mile High 5 just for Mobad.
No, it's a Mile High Happy Birthday 5.
Okay, whatever.
Proper terminology.
Just shut up and put your dang arms out. Here we go. Ready? Mile High 5!
Happy Birthday 5! Hey, happy birthday, Mobad. I hope you
enjoy
it.
Appreciate you guys having me.
We love you, brother.
We love you.
And
glad to have you on the show.
I love you guys, too.
If y'all don't already, go follow Mobad at
Broncos 2005
on Twitter.
I'm always on Twitter. Yes, please
He's
do.
On there
go follow him. Follow him now.
Follow. Mm-hmm. And as he always says, hit that thumbs up, y'all.
Absolutely. Subscribe. Hit the like button.
All right. So
happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Mobad. Right. We love you, brother.
All right. Thanks.
Man, that was fun. That was fun having Mobad on his birthday. Oh, I do
Man,
too, buddy.
Love Mobad. He's absolutely fantastic. You couldn't ask to meet a better person or have a better person to be a fan. So Mobad, I'm glad Broncos country have him.
I mean, he's OG. He's OG. Yeah. He's been here since the beginning.
Yeah, he has. He supported us 1,000%, and we support him 1,000%.
Yeah, I mean, Landon says that he thinks my kids want in. Landon, that's just them at the bottom of the stairs. They're down there running around. There's a gate down there to block off the stairwell. They're running around down there screaming. I don't have a door to the stairwell, so that the sound just carries right up. Right now, I think they're chasing each other with swords or something. I can hear them banging around down there and having fun. So, anyway, all right. So, Chris Ashley did say to Mobad, "Don't drink too much." There's no such thing, Chris. Hey, that's not true. Hey, don't quote me on that. It was a joke. All right, I had to. I'm going to take that back right now. Anyway, so let's talk Broncos a little bit. So we just finished up the Mile High Matrix talking about the franchise tag window being open, and I think that's kind of a good place for us to go. Right, just right now for a minute. I've got the list here on my iPad.
Is that the prices? Is that the prices for those per position for franchise tags?
Oh yeah. Well, no. It's their value, the value of these guys
for each position,
for each guy, based on how much time he has in his. How Boggins says, coming from a dispatcher. Listen, Boggins, if you were a 911 dispatcher, you'd drink too. Trust me.
Yeah, there's no everybody in the comments were correct. There isn't really anybody that's worth franchise tagging. I think the people we have their contracts. Garrett Bowles, Justin Simmons.
They got contracts. Yeah, I mean,
or they're rookies.
But we can at least talk about it because the window is open. And if for any reason George Payton decides, hey, I'm not done negotiating with this guy, I'm going to franchise tag him just to keep his butt here, he can do that. You know what I mean?
In my honest opinion, it'll be one of the linebackers.
It could be. But let me go through
Alexander Johnson or Josie Jewell. I'm leaning more toward Josie Jewell.
Now we have a ton. We have a ton of unrestricted free agents. I mean, a bunch. I'm going to go through some of the notable ones. Kyle Fuller, you know what? Bye-bye. Melvin Gordon, that's one that I actually would love to see stick around. I would love to see
I want him to stick around, but franchise tagging him is
well, no, I'm not saying franchise tagging him necessarily, but I'm just saying right now I'm just reading the list. I'm just reading the list of those that are in free agency right now. Kyle Fuller, bye-bye. Melvin Gordon, I'm sorry. He didn't live up to the hype at all. Not even close. Melvin Gordon, Bryce Callahan, Kareem Jackson. I love K-Jack, and I would hate to see him go, but his price tag is big, and Caden Stearns has really shown up. Teddy Bridgewater. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's not even go there. AJ Johnson, Bobby Massey, Stephen Weatherly, the mad scientist, as we call him here on MHRT. Shamar Stephan. Let's see. Cam Fleming is our backup right tackle. Michael Ford, he's a cornerback. He's not as well known. Eric Saubert, our tight end. Nate Hairston, cornerback. Micah Kaiser, Josie, a bunch of several inside linebackers. I mean, you look at this: AJ Johnson, Micah Kaiser, Josie Jewell, Kenny Young. I mean, half of our freaking
we have. I didn't know we had that many, especially names that pop out to me are Sobert. Because I liked him, but I would understand if we let him go and went to the draft. That I understand.
It's possible. Chris Ashley,
Weatherly,
another good tag would be Malik Reed. I wouldn't use it on Malik Reed. No,
Malik Reed's a free agent. Stephen Weatherly.
Malik Reed, we held it down a little when he needed to, but the problem with Malik Reed was he just couldn't quite get it done at the moment you needed him to get it done. If that makes sense, he just buckles under the pressure. I like the guy as a person. I like him, but I don't think he's an answer for us at edge. Not enough of an answer for us at edge that I would spend the money that's going to come with a franchise tag on him.
Yeah, no. So. My question is with Stephen Weatherly and Malik Reed leaving, those are our depth edge rushers.
I feel like Stephen Weatherly could be a starter. I think he could be.
Yes, but what is that? What do you do with Jonathan Cooper? Jonathan Cooper wasn't.
I think Jonathan Cooper's getting there.
He's
getting there. I think he's
got some learning to do. But what do you do with a guy who's shows great potential, who's progressing, who's learning? Do you sign a veteran over him and have him in the background?
I would.
While also drafting an edge, maybe at number 9.
I would.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Or do you have a rotation between spots? I'd say have a rotation between. I'd let Weatherly and Reed go. Yeah. Keep Cooper, draft an edge, and have them. Have Cooper step up, be the starter, but also give the rookie some time.
Sure. Going back to the list, Nate Harrison was kind of the last one that I mentioned that's an unrestricted free agent. When I got to Micah Kaiser and Josie Jewell and Kenny Young, those guys. Oh, I guess they are as well. See,
Nate Harrison did not do a bad job.
Correct. He did
but
not.
He's further down the depth chart. And I wonder if what happened with Michael Ojemudia, I haven't heard any talk about him becoming a nickel or a slot cornerback.
Right.
What's the deal with him? Maybe we'll find out more as the season progresses.
Isaiah, you're getting cussed out by the boss. How dare you say what? I can hear him doing it almost like Gandalf, like, you shall not pass. Here he is, the wizard. How dare you say Weatherly can go?
Well, like Mr. Bakken said, I'm cheap. Jonathan Cooper's cheaper.
Cheap.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. Shut up. I'm sorry.
Where's your professionalism? Well, Jonathan Cooper's on his rookie contract.
Oh, come on.
Jonathan Cooper's on his rookie contract.
Mm-hmm.
Without looking at the stats based off memory, I believe Jonathan Cooper may have had more sacks than Stephen Weatherly, but I think Stephen Weatherly had more pressures. So, I mean, based off that, do you want a young guy who's up and coming who had more sacks, or an older guy who gave more pressures, who you'd have to extend, sit down and do a contract with? I think I'm not taking anything away from Weatherly. He did a fantastic job. But for future purposes and cap space and money.
Look, I disagree with you. I'd keep Weatherly big time. Look, Weatherly is an animal, and he's going to continue.
Okay, Johnny. Don't stop there. Hold on, Johnny. If you're going to say that, what's the contract?
What's the contract? I don't know. Do
I
look like
if you say that,
like I said, you gave in your orange pill, blue pill, you gave a veteran. You said Chandler Jones. You gave and that was the choice that you came up with too. A veteran edge rusher with a young cornerback, right? Was your choice?
Yes, but Chandler Jones is more proven than Stephen Weatherly
with a bigger price tag, Mr. Cheapskate. You're the one that said you're cheap.
Yes, but I'm willing to
Stephen Weatherly and some really good production out of Stephen Weatherly.
I'm not saying he didn't, but I'm willing to pay for someone who's more proven than pay for someone who's not. So if it's between if it's for money and someone who's maybe equally proven for Denver, between Jonathan Cooper and Stephen Weatherly, Weatherly's fantastic. But Jonathan Cooper also,
let me ask you,
also for a rookie, stepped up. He's on his rookie contract. I think he had more stacks than Stephen Weatherly. So, but Mundagas comes in and he says, hold on, they're lighting me up. Hold on.
They are. You are in big trouble for talking about Stephen Weatherly leaving.
So Christopher says Cooper and Browning played together as in college and football. Yeah, exactly. So Draymond Jones will be a good friend. No, he's still under his rookie contract, so he'll be paid. Cooper and Browning both played at Ohio State.
Yep. And he's right. They both did very well there in their especially in their senior season.
So Mundagas says, and this is what it said: Cooper isn't going anywhere. He's on his rookie contract. So between Weatherly and Reed. So my question is,
between Weatherly and Reed, which one would you rather?
I'd go Weatherly, but my question is, what is the years? Not the money, because George Payton's going to figure that out. What would you sign Weatherly? Is it 2 years, 3 years? Is it a 1 year extension? What is it, a prove-it deal? What are we giving him? And your cousin Dreamweaver says the same thing I said to you. Kenny Young came from the same defense we are implementing. That's why I gave him the heads up. But watching film and seeing the analysis, Jonas Griffin performed better.
He got schemed against hard, and
yes, Jonas Griffin performed better.
He's shown weakness.
Between Griffith, Jewell, and Young, I would be okay with whatever George Payton chose between those three. So, he stepped up on the inside linebacker position and gave us plenty of options to choose from. So I'm okay with that. Go ahead, Johnny.
Okay. So going into the restricted free agents, we have Micah Kaiser is a restricted free agent. Deshaun Williams, restricted free agent. Deontay Spencer, as far as I'm concerned,
he's gone.
There's the door. Walk.
He's gone.
He can sue. What's that from Facing the Giants? The crawl. Remember that?
Yeah.
Like as
keep
going. As far as I'm concerned, that's how Deontay Spencer can head for the door right now. Is doing that crawl. Brett Rippon is our third string QB is a restricted free agent. Malik Reed, Natrez Patrick, who's a linebacker. I don't know much about him.
I think he played. You said what's his name?
Natrez Patrick.
No, I think he played.
I don't know that much about him. I know.
I think he played one game.
Calvin Anderson, tackle, restricted free agent.
He's our backup left tackle. I think George Payton's going to let him go and let him test the waters.
You really do?
Yeah, I don't think George Payton's going to sign him to be a backup. He could, but I think he'd rather have somebody on their rookie contract be the backup and let Calvin Anderson test the waters.
Fair enough. Chris Ashley says, "Hey, Von Miller is coming back."
Hey, I'm all for that. I'm vouching for that.
Everybody in Broncos country is all for Von coming back.
I'm loving that. So
it's
that's
matter
up
of
in the air.
Can we make it happen?
I'm speaking as if he's not. But hey, if Von Miller comes back, this shuts it all down.
I won't complain.
Mr. Boggin says Cooper's good depth, plenty of starter potential in the draft. Yes, I think Jonathan Cooper was seventh round. So there is some
6th or 7th.
He was a 7th round draft pick. So there are definitely edge rushers that come in.
Sure.
On an earlier rounds.
He was a shock. I mean, the way he came in, the way he did, getting him when we did, and having him come in and play the way he did, big shock and phenomenal. Like it was wonderful. So,
Mununga says Jonathan Cooper and Stephen Weatherly would be the depth. So Chandler Jones and Chubb with Cooper and Weatherly as rotation.
It'd be cool. It'd be really
That'd be
cool.
fine. My question is, what are we signing Weatherly to? Is it a 1 year, 2 year? That's my only question because I can't put my head around.
I'd give him a 2 year, maybe a 3, but one of those years is voidable.
2 year, $10 million.
I'd give him a 2 year, $10 million. At the most, I think. Like I said, you could give him a third, but make that third year voidable. But I mean, we'll see.
I think Weatherly's 1 year contract. I think that's, in my opinion, I think a 1 year contract is useless.
That's 2.
If it's a 1 year contract, you might as well just let him go. Because I think that's useless. Because the reason why I'm saying is because a 1 year contract, 10 years, $10 million.
10 years, $10 million. You're out of your mind.
I think a 1 year contract would be, he's a rotational guy. He's a depth guy, getting in where he can. Might as well just not be there if he's not going to be a consistent,
right?
A consistent player.
Right.
Mundunga says Griffith is better than Young. After watching that, I agree with that, and I think Jewell is better than Griffith.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if George Payton said, "Griffith, you're the guy." I like Griffith. Griffith came in with high energy, but he was a little bit better than Young.
Yeah.
So I'd be okay with a Young Browning starting next year. I'd be okay with Griffith and Browning, and I'd be okay with Jewell and Browning. So the funny part is we had a problem with inside linebackers, and then George Payton inundated the Broncos country with plenty of inside linebackers to choose from. And they're all at the end of the contract, so he's going to sit down. I think he's going to bring in he may sign one, extend one draft depth, or he may sign 2, one for starting, one for depth. So who knows where he goes. Mr. Boggins says, wouldn't be surprised if Weatherly doesn't come back. Yes. I wouldn't be either. He's a depth guy. I do think he can start elsewhere. I think he can earn a starting spot elsewhere. And honestly, I think he'll be wasted in Denver. I'm not saying Cooper is better than Weatherly, but minus the draft, Cooper's young, cheaper, had more sacks.
Right.
So I wouldn't be surprised at all. Dave says, I would be more worried about the cost of Jones. Yes, I agree. I think he's 2 years younger than Von. And Johnny mentioned this to me earlier. We left an aging edge rusher. We traded an aging edge rusher while I go out and get another one, even though he's 2 years younger. And Von Miller's definitely better than Chandler Jones.
Absolutely. But I mean, here's the thing. Chandler Jones is still nothing to scoff at.
No,
nothing
correct.
To scoff at. I mean, I would not be opposed to getting Chandler Jones somehow, but the price tag could be very large. He is older. He's been around a long time, and he's still productive. Very much.
Well,
like
he's
Von Miller.
actually he's not the best free agent edge rusher coming out.
No, but he's one that the Broncos
Von Miller
probably afford better. You know,
Von Miller is. So my question is, who's setting the stage?
Who is setting the stage? You talking about
meaning who's setting the prices? Who's
for being a free agent edge rusher?
Yes. So who's setting the price tag?
So who's setting the bar the highest would be Von Miller, in my opinion. Now I don't know. I can't say for sure. But Von Miller seems like he would probably be the one that sets that bar the highest, considering he's coming off of his second Super Bowl win with,
I agree. And he had the highest PFF grade.
And I mean, and the production that he had in the Super Bowl, I think he's going to set that bar very high. That's why I'm thinking Chandler Jones is a very good edge that we could get for a good price, or at least a cheaper price probably than you could bringing Von back. So that's where that is. I had it here. I'm going to pull it back up. We just had a couple more free agents I wanted to mention. These were the exclusive rights free agents.
So, yeah, while you're looking it up, Christopher Earl says Griffith is hands down better.
Yep.
He also says Browning and draft pick Muma. I have to do some research on who the inside linebackers are this week. So I can't comment on that.
He was good. I like him.
He also says Denver defenses from the Rams with Leonard Floyd trade or something to Denver.
Right.
That would be interesting, but I would think they would stay with Leonard Floyd before they stay with Von Miller.
Right.
Von Miller had better statistics, but Leonard Floyd is younger. What do you think, Johnny? Leonard Floyd or Von Miller? I had to look at the Rams cap space and see what they have and see who they can bring back.
Here's the thing.
I think if between Leonard Floyd and Von Miller, they'll let Von Miller go.
Because it would save them money.
Yes.
Really what it would come down to. We need help on the inside. Like Leonard Floyd would be really great to put on, to throw on the inside here in Denver.
That would be fantastic.
But I think that the Rams would let go of, like Isaiah said, they'd let go of Von Miller probably before they'd let go of Leonard Floyd, simply because of the age and the price tag.
I agree.
So there's that. Now, exclusive rights free agents, there's only 3 of them, and that's PJ Locke. He's a safety, backup safety. The one name, Adrian Killens, running back that we signed, I think in week 14. Behind, he was behind Mike Boone and all that. Now, the one name that I noticed exclusive rights free agent is that actually made me go, Jonas Griffith is exclusive rights free agent.
Explain exclusive rights.
I'm trying to remember exactly what it is. I'm going to pull it up right now.
If you guys know exactly what it is,
I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
Well, if my tablet stops being stupid.
So Mr. Boggins brings up a good point, and I've been struggling with this. So Jonathan Cooper and Stephen Weatherly had the same amount of sacks, 2.5. So there's that. The interior D line, Mike Purcell is not it.
Heck
I think
no.
we can. So Mr. Boggins says Denver has first dibs on Jonas Griffith. We have the first rights to sign him, but explain what that means if we don't. So I think it is if we don't sign him, he's more than welcome to test the waters. I think that's what it is. That means that we have to offer him something first before anybody else does. But what do you guys think about
I've got our definition.
Mike Purcell, and he's on the second year of his contract, on a 3-year contract. He doesn't seem like the answer.
No,
but it doesn't.
He gets injured too much. He's so injury prone, dude.
Yes,
he can't stay healthy.
But it seems like the Graham Glasgow situation where we pay you a lot of money, but we're not going to bring in someone to start over you if you're healthy because we're paying you a lot of money.
You can match.
And
as long as they're an unrestricted free agent, Jay, you can match the other team's offers. So
Mike Purcell reminds me of that. We're paying him on a 3-year contract. He's on his second year. We're not going to bring in someone else to start over him because we're paying him to be a rotational or a bench player on a 3-year contract. So
Correct.
It seems like we're kind of stuck at interior defensive lineman. I would love to draft Jordan Davis as a rotational guy.
Jordan Davis from Georgia?
From Georgia.
Oh, he would be amazing on this team. Anyway, real quick, here is our definitions, right? Unrestricted free agents. For those that don't know, now since we're talking free agency, and there are some people that don't know, an unrestricted free agent is basically free to the market. They can test the waters, and anybody can make them an offer, and they can accept an offer from any team. Anybody, of course, can match or better that offer, and they can try. They can choose which team where they go, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a restricted free agent is a type, or they have special restrictions on the terms under which they can retain or change employment status within their club. So there are restrictions on who can make, what kind of offers they can field. Excuse me. What kind of offers they can field when? I mean, there's
ugly.
It was ugly. I know.
It was
almost
ugly.
I was sitting here watching myself on the screen, and I almost looked like you.
I thought you were throwing up, or I didn't know what you were doing. It was ugly. It was disgusting.
Well, either way, I almost looked like you.
Hey guys, like the video if that was ugly.
Yeah, like if my cough was ugly, like the video.
That was the most silent cough in the history of coughs.
It's because I muted the mic, dude. I didn't want to cough.
Oh, this guy, he's high tech now.
That's right. That's right, son. Anyway. All right, now an exclusive rights free agent is someone with 2 or less years in the league whose contract has expired. So there you go. And I'm pulling it up on NFL.com. If his original team offers him and there it goes. I lost it. I'm so sorry.
So now
here we go. I've got it here somewhere. There's tags. Well, no,
cornerback, linebacker. I think we're okay. I think interior defensive lineman is our biggest hole in our defense.
Okay, there it is. An exclusive rights free agent. Any player with fewer than 3 accrued seasons and an expired contract. If his original team offers him a 1-year contract at the league minimum based on his credited seasons, the player cannot negotiate with other teams.
Okay.
It's kind of a form of restricted free agency for someone who's been around for a little while.
So that Jonas Griffin falls under that category.
Correct.
So if we offer him a 1 year, I don't know. If we're offering somebody like Jonas Griffin the 1 year who did a really good job, I'd expect him to you know what? I can see giving him a 1-year deal, using him as depth, franchise tagging. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. Because if you franchise tag Josie Jewell, but you give Jonas Griffin,
you're not going to franchise tag. You're not going to franchise tag a exclusive rights free agent because, like,
Josie Jewell isn't that.
No, I'm saying you were talking. But
no, so I said. I didn't say franchise tag Jonas Griffin. I said,
okay. I'm sorry. I got confused because I freaked out. I'm like, you're not gonna pay a franchise tag amount to an exclusive rights free agent.
No. So I'm saying, with Jonas Griffin, you give him that 1-year deal, use him as a rotational player, but you got Baron Browning on his rookie contract, who's locked that spot up. But then you franchise tag Josie Jewell. I guess if you draft another and you release Kenny Young, you draft an inside linebacker as depth. After that 1 year, you let Jonas Griffith go. Excuse me. And then you let that rookie inside linebacker fill that role and step up on his second year.
I like this. We're talking about the tags. And the only reason we're talking about the tag guys, I don't think the Broncos are tagging anybody. I think if George Payton wanted to tag anybody, he would have already done it.
He's not one to mess around.
I don't think he's going to. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he needs to. I agree. No tags. We're only talking about it because the window opened where you can, like right now, legally, based on league rules, you can franchise. Sorry, I hit the microphone there.
Joe will sign for less, and I think Melvin Gordon would
That's
too.
The only reason we're even discussing.
I think Jewel would sign for less. So I think honestly, going into next year, we could possibly have Jewel and Browning as the starting linebackers, Jonas Griffith as a rotational guy, which I'm okay with.
I am
as
too.
like a third down
Bring
backer.
somebody else in the draft or something.
As another rotational guy, we've already got depth.
Well,
I can see that.
I think we should move on. All right, I want to talk. We need to talk about quarterback situation. We're at an hour and 9. We usually only go to hour 20, so we need to move it along a little. I do want to talk about the news that came out, or the news that was pushed out today. It was pushed out on Twitter, and this is, of course, let's face it. All of Broncos country is on Aaron Rodgers' watch. I mean,
I took a step back after that Pat McAfee show, but I know what you're saying.
No, not at all.
I agree.
I'm sorry. I don't think he said. I don't think he told us a dang thing on the Pat McAfee show. I don't think anything he had to say told us what his thoughts were, what his process was. None of it. All
I think what it told us
was doing that disgusting Panchakarma thing, cleanse and I think Mundungus is talking about oiling starfish for that, and I'm done with it.
I think what it told us was I think what it told us was Green Bay is a lot more in the picture than we all thought they were.
So this was released today on Twitter. I like having this on hand, by the way. This makes things a little easier. This was released by Diana Rossini, okay? Obviously, there was, I don't know, for anybody that's really been following the situation, Brian Gutekunst, I think I said that right, Gutekunst, the GM of the Green Bay Packers, had a press conference.
That's not how you pronounce it, Johnny.
Whatever. I'm not saying the way that you pronounce it because it's inappropriate, and we're not. I'm not. I don't want to have to put us as an explicit show. Okay. So, Gutekunst is his real name, something like that, right? He had a press conference this week, and he basically denied everything we've heard, which in a lot of ways I disagree with. He said, well, the Packers never had a handshake agreement with Aaron Rodgers that if he decided he wanted to be traded next season, we would play ball.
Yeah, basically, I don't believe that. I believe he did.
No, I don't think. Here's what he did. All right, here's why he said it that way. He never said that. What he said was, we will sit down, last season when this whole thing went down, when all the drama was happening between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. He literally said, next season, we will sit down and we will work it out one way or another. His little thing in his press conference where he's like, I didn't say that. Well, you're right. You didn't say those words. What you said you didn't say those words specifically, but that's basically the same thing. If Aaron Rodgers wants to leave, you're going to sit down with him and work it out one way or the other. Okay, we get it. All right, but the point is, this was, Aaron Rodgers he still holds all the cards, man. He still holds all the cards, and he is the first domino that needs to fall before a bunch of stuff starts happening around the NFL right now. The whole NFL is waiting on him. That's why Pat McAfee's show got 160,000 viewers the other day, live. That's not including the ones that caught it after the fact. That was 160,000 viewers live, because the entire NFL, Broncos fans, Packers fans, all over the NFL, they're waiting for that domino to fall. So here, Diana Rossini, she's a reporter, an NFL reporter for ESPN. She reported today that her tweet literally said something along the lines, I'm pulling it up, Aaron Rodgers will be informing the Packers of his decision soon. Per league sources, I'm told that there are multiple teams with offers on the table, but of course, nothing can happen until the Green Bay Packers allow a trade. And then Isaiah, you were the one that informed me that
so
it was on
she
Rich
went on
Eisen later, right? Rich Eisen. It was on the Rich Eisen show.
Yes, she went on the Rich Eisen show, and she specified and said it will be in the next week or so that he will make his decision. And she confirmed that Rodgers is looking for $50 million a year.
Not shocking.
Now, Benjamin Albright, shout out to Ben, reported that the Broncos won't pay him that. And me and Johnny were talking earlier. I don't think anybody's going to pay him that.
Brian Cootie Smooch
I don't think anybody's going to pay him that except for maybe Green Bay. And Chris says Green Bay will pay him and tag Adam.
Yeah,
Green Bay's below the cap. They're trying to find their way themselves back up.
And tag Adams.
I agree with Johnny. I don't think they can pay him $50 million.
They can't.
And
if they tag Devontae Adams, they're paying him almost a $35 million salary.
They're going to decimate their team.
Like He's looking for $30 million right now. Devontae Adams is looking for $30 million, and I guarantee you there are teams out there that will pay that for Devontae Adams.
For Devontae Adams, yes, but I don't think anybody's going to pay Aaron Rodgers $50 million.
But the
They're
point
going to
is,
decimate their team.
They tag Devontae Adams. That tag automatically makes that price tag shoot up. I mean, he's worth like at that point they're paying him like $35 million. There is no way they can afford Aaron Rodgers at 50 and Devontae Adams at 35.
I think what Aaron Rodgers did was I think he did a big ask. I think he threw a big number out there. And I'm thinking either one or two things. He wants to say that high and then see what they give him directly below 47, 48. And I think maybe, there's no sources to confirm this.
Works.
There's no sources to confirm this, but I think maybe he said that to kind of knowing Green Bay's cap situation.
Sure.
To make Green Bay say, sorry, we can't. Instead of him saying, I demand it.
What I'm hearing this week is that it looks like the Packers, a lot of the things they've done, bringing in, what's his name? Clements as the quarterback's coach.
Yes.
And a few other things. All the stuff that the Packers are trying to do, in a lot of ways, to me, just looks like they're trying to make themselves look like the good guy so that if he defects, he's the villain, not them. But then it seems like everything he's trying to do is trying to do the same thing, making it look like, hey, I'm not
exactly. I think with him asking for $50 million without winning a Super Bowl, I think that's him also doing the same thing the Packers are doing. They're kind of trying to kick the can down the road and push it off on each other.
Maybe.
I think by him saying, I want $50 million, the Packers saying, we can't get that. And Aaron Rodgers comes out and says, hey, I gave him my price. They couldn't meet it. Now I guess I have no choice to go elsewhere. And I think if he decides to go elsewhere, I don't think he's going to ask for $50 million. I think he's just saying that to get the Packers to.
Look, what we talked about this real quick. Roland Sample says A-Rod going back to Green Bay. Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, maybe.
Here's what Isaiah, you and I talked about this earlier on the phone because, we actually talk on the phone outside of this podcast. I think I'm going to put this down now. I don't need it anymore. I really think that ultimately this week, no matter whichever choice he makes, I don't think he's going to retire. I think he'd be dumb to retire. If he chooses to retire right now, look, the guy's a very prideful guy. He's got he's very proud. And he considers himself one of the best of all time. But right now, he is not one of the best of all time. Based on, how many Super Bowl wins he has, how many records he holds. The only record he holds right now is, passer rating. So, without all the records that some of these other guys have, without the Super Bowl wins, he is not one of the top 5 best of all time. Based on the things that these other guys have achieved. Now he gets that second Super Bowl under his belt, we can talk about being top 5 of all time. Absolutely. Do not get me wrong. So ultimately the question is, I don't think he's going to retire because if he retires now, he's not in that talk at all. Period. I don't care what you say.
And Chris says Wilson will stay, which I think is highly probable.
Yeah.
Jimmy G will go to the Colts, and he said Wentz will be a giant. I don't think Wentz will be a giant because the new GM came out and said they're going to build around Daniel Jones.
Yep.
I think Broncos country needs to get in their head. No Rodgers, no Wilson. Wentz is definitely an option C. Many of us may not like it. Many of us may not want it.
You can disagree with me, Mundungus. I'm sorry. Based on what some of these other quarterbacks out there have accomplished, and he hasn't. He's not top 5 of all time. Not right now. Not statistically. No. So he's top
10, not top 5.
He's top 10. He's definitely top 10.
Top 10, not top 5.
He considers himself top 5, guaranteed. He considers himself top 5. But based on statistics and the way it looks, no, he's not. He's in top 10. He wants to break that. He's right now, Eli Manning has more Super Bowl wins than he does.
Eli Manning has more Super Bowl wins than Drew Brees.
You're right. I'm just saying. If he wants to be top 5, considered top 5 all time, he's gonna have to beat out at least tie Eli Manning for the same amount of Super Bowl wins.
What's up, EJ? I agree. That's what we're talking about.
In the house. I was wondering if you were going to show up tonight, brother.
That's what we're talking about. I think. And I tweeted this. I think they're playing a game of chicken. I think Aaron Rodgers is waiting on Devontae Adams. Adams is waiting on Aaron Rodgers. If he wants $50 million a year and they're below the cap space, they're struggling. Zadarius Smith is up in the air. Jair Alexander's coming up. They reconstructed Bakhtiari
and Clark and a few
and
others.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, they're really doing it.
They cleared up like 14.9 million. They've cleared up about 14.9 million. Sure.
Yeah, I think they're at 30 something. They're below
this.
the cap of 30 something million. So
Yeah.
to give 50 million, to extend for 50 million for
That's
Aaron Rodgers, and then Devontae Adams, who said he wants 30 million. That's
the point is, that's not all of these players are going to take that big of a cut. Not all of them are. They're starting with the ones that they know will. They're going to get to some players on the Packers that are like, no, I'm not going that far down.
Marino, I think. Let's see, Brady,
it's different.
Manning.
I don't know
Elway,
why it is. It
Montana, Bradshaw. Marino's not top 5 either. Marino's top 10.
That would probably
you got Brady, Manning, Elway.
And that's fine. Look, as we always say, one of the beautiful things about MHRT, about this network, about this group, about all of us, is that we can agree to disagree. And that's fine. I don't think Marino's top 5 of all time. I think he's top 10. I don't think he's top 5. Look, I think Super Bowl wins plays a big deal into how
Marino. See, the thing about Marino was top 5.
Sure.
And then he fell. So it's, this isn't in the specific order. Brady, Manning, Elway, Montana.
Look, Dave, I love you, brother.
And Bradshaw.
No, we're not. I don't even want to talk about Deshaun Watson.
If his stuff gets cleared up, he's definitely in the conversation.
Yeah, if
his stuff gets cleared up, yeah.
But anyway, real quick, what I'm saying is the first domino that has to fall for a lot to happen around the NFL right now is Aaron Rodgers' decision to either retire, which would be a giant punch to the face to the entire NFL, but especially to the Packers.
I don't think Rodgers would live with himself.
I don't think he would. Retired. So right now, the entire NFL is just sitting and waiting, for his decision. So either he retires, he chooses to stay with the Packers, or he goes to to another team. The top 2, I think, currently being considered are the Broncos and the Colts. Now, ultimately, I think that if he chooses to stay in Green Bay and he takes that $50 million contract with so many cuts that they're going to have to make, I don't care. They may have cleared up some cap space so far, but they're going to have to make some pretty big, lose some pretty important people.
They won't win.
The team's not going to be as good, but he's going to get his money.
They won't be as good. I think they won't get past the Rams. They will not get past the Rams. NFC's really light and easy, but they're definitely toughening up. But he won't get another Super Bowl. He says, dude, man, was considered top 2 of all time before he came to the Broncos.
I understand it, but here's the thing. You got to think about the guys that have just retired around the same time right now. Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, who has 2 Super Bowls under his belt. You've got Drew Brees. I mean, they're all
I'd say right now, I'd say Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers are tied.
But anyway, real quick.
Drew Brees may have a slight edge.
I got to finish what I got to say, and then we got to roll out of here.
Yep.
The point is, if he chooses to stay in Green Bay, in my opinion, he shows he cares more about the money. I think he's the kind of guy, because he's such a prideful guy, he chooses legacy, and I think he's going to have a better chance of getting that second Super Bowl win, setting more records with another team as of right now. Therefore, I say he's going to leave. It's going to be one of the 3. If you give me just a second.
Yep. So. I definitely
so
go ahead.
Sorry. What we're gonna see it one way or the other. We're gonna see either he cares about the money, he cares about the legacy, or he just doesn't give a dang anymore. And we are waiting for that domino to fall.
And he said he thinks he can still play. So I think retirement's not an option for him. I don't think so. But as we close out, thank you everybody for joining us. Another episode of Nothing Rhymes with Orange and Blue, brought to you by the Mile High Roundtable.
MHRT Network, baby.
If you have not, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share the URL link. All right. Join us on Tuesday for the MHRT show with Mundungus, Glenn, Mr. Boggins, and Richie on Tuesday at 7654. And then you can join us on Thursday, Nothing Rhymes with Johnny and myself at 7654. And I believe Broncos Breakdown with Bill is on Wednesdays, right?
Broncos breakdown with Bronco Bill. It releases every Wednesday night, same time, same place.
Yes, and then this Friday, check out Rough Draft, my new show, which breaks down the draft prospects for the Broncos, releasing this Friday and every Friday until the draft happens. So, like this video, share the video, share the URL, and subscribe to the channel.
That's right.
There we go. Took me a second.
It's okay. We can't all be me. Anyway, I'm kidding. I love you. All right. So, thank you all for joining us. It's been a blast, an absolute blast. I'd like to bring my kids in here as it's kind of become the norm to do the Mile High Five with us. All right, guys, come here. Come on in here. Yeah, that's right. My son Samson and my son Jackson. My littlest one, he doesn't quite get this just yet. All right, but we are going to do a big Mile High Five together. All right, hang on, my mouse fell down somewhere. Okay.
When Dunga said Elway isn't top 5.
How? Hang on, Sam. Move.
Uncle.
Hi, buddy.
Guys, stop for a second, okay?
Johnny, I'm doing cherry pickers over here, all right?
I know you are. I'm sorry, guys. Get in here, okay?
Now it's time.
Come here. We're going to do this Mile High Five. We're going to do it together because my kids, they love this thing. All right, they're a big part of it. They're my life. They're my world. So they're in the Broncos. The other part, and my family's my world, but the other part of it is the Broncos. So here we go, guys. Are you ready? Give it to me. Mile High Five. Woo! Thank you, Broncos country. Thank you, NRW crew, and thank you, MHRT fam. And we are out of here.